Good morning, everybody. Conor McGregor versus Eddie Alvarez. I want to make a quick video and just, I guess, be a little bit more positive. People, I did my Eddie Alvarez, Conor McGregor. I think I've done the video a couple times or talked on it a number of times, and I said I've got Eddie Alvarez winning the fight, and then most definitely I'm rooting for Eddie Alvarez to win. It's really early in the morning. People take that the wrong way, though. They think that, oh, I hate Conor McGregor, or I'm rooting for him to lose. I'm not rooting for Conor to lose. I'm rooting for Eddie Alvarez to win. And when I make a video on that, I honestly, and people are probably already disliking the video, they don't hear me out. It's like, I honestly think that Eddie Alvarez will win. If Conor McGregor wins, which he can, he could beat Eddie Alvarez, he can. We don't know what's going to happen. We have to watch. And that's why I said this fight is a win-win. It's a win-win for everybody. It's a win-win for the fans. It's a great fight. I'm so glad that they made this fight. Other than Conor McGregor waltzing in and getting a title shot, if you don't factor that, if you just look at the fight, if you look at the matchup, even if it wasn't for a title, well, it's for a title. That's what makes it so exciting. That's what makes it so exciting. But I'm not rooting against Conor McGregor. I'm just rooting for Eddie Alvarez. If there was somebody in that I really couldn't stand, I'd be rooting for Conor McGregor. Or if I thought Conor McGregor was going to win, I'll say, I think Conor McGregor is going to win. As simple as that. When Conor McGregor fought Jose Aldo, said, I think Conor McGregor is going to destroy Jose Aldo. That was my honest opinion on what I thought was going to happen. I forget exactly people don't knock out Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez does not get knocked out. He's got crazy heart. He's got mad heart. He's got submissions. He's got wrestling. Conor gets submitted. His whole thing is he knocks people out. When Conor goes up against somebody that doesn't get knocked out like Nate Diaz, he immediately had problems. Because when somebody's not falling, Conor knocks everybody out. That's how he wins fights. He knocks everybody out in one round. That's how he wins fights. So if you have somebody that does not get knocked out, then he's in trouble, because that's his one. It's not really a one-trick pony, but that's the way that he wins fights. So if you take Eddie Alvarez, somebody that doesn't get knocked out, and combine that he's a strong wrestler, he's got submissions, that could be a long night. Nate Diaz has submissions, but he wasn't on the ground with Conor. But that's just the way that those fights worked out. Well, Nate submitted Conor. What are we talking about here? He did submit. He submitted him, but that was after he knocked him out. But I honestly got this like 65% chance that Eddie's going to win this fight. But guys, this is a win-win. See, if Eddie wins, I'll be happy. I'll be, man, Eddie Alvarez. I'll be really stoked. If Conor wins, see, I'll be excited too, because that'll be so crazy. Conor's been talking about this forever, being a two-way world champion. And for him to be up there after everything he's talked and everything he's been through, even had a loss, it's just really going to just be exciting. He'll have two belts up there, and this whole thing will just keep going with him. And I just hope it's a good fight. I don't want to see, the decision win over Nate Diaz. Like I said, I thought Nate Diaz won the fight. I thought he won 3 rounds to 2, almost even 4 rounds to 1. I thought Conor won the first round and a half, and the second 3.5 rounds, I thought Nate Diaz won. And so, and it's a controversial thing. I just hope this fight's not like that, and I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think Eddie Alvarez is going to submit Conor McGregor. That's what I think is going to happen. But man, he could possibly get knocked out. But man, I don't see Conor knocking Eddie Alvarez out with his fists. just because Eddie does not get knocked out with his fist. But we've seen him get rocked, so heck, you never know. You know, and Jose Aldo didn't get knocked out either. But then, you know, it's a little tiny guy, though. Now you talk about a bigger guy. I really think Eddie's going to win this fight. I think he's going to submit Conor. I hope it's a good fight. It's not a really bad decision, like a real close fight, a stalemate. Because that's what can happen, guys, when you start getting, you know, Conor McGregor's super exciting fighter, but when you start taking fighters and they meet their match, the fights are not, a lot of times they're not so exciting. We could possibly kind of see a stalemate in this fight. Everybody's expecting a real barn burner. I'm expecting Eddie Alvarez to take Conor down and submit him, but that's what I'm expecting. But, you know, Conor's aware that these guys are going to be taking him down. He's aware that they're going to be trying to submit him. So I'm pretty sure he's constantly been working on that, and he's better at his submission defense than he's ever been at this point in time. He got submitted by Nate Diaz, but he was also gassed out and pretty much knocked out at that point, and he was taking big shots. And Conor McGregor was very inexperienced at being on the losing end. He runs right through guys, and so all of a sudden tables were turned, and it was almost like he was a new fighter. He's been submitted before, but that was years and years ago. But he definitely built some character by going through that loss. So now if he ends up on the ground and he's taking punches from Eddie Alvarez, he'll be a little bit more accustomed to being there, and he won't panic per se. I don't think it looked like he panicked, but really, I mean, if he had stayed in that position, Nate Diaz was just going to just TKO him, just punch his face in. I mean, he was just trying to get out of position, and he got submitted in that fight, and he did not look good. But this is a win-win for everybody, and I think people just need to be a little bit more positive. They're like, oh, everyone's rooting. You know, I'm not really so much like that. I like most, like literally like 95% of the fighters or more than that. That I respect these guys. I like these people. I'm a big fan of the sport. You know, unless somebody is like a major jerk, like if I just can't stand them, like I'll root for them to lose. But I don't root for Conor to lose. That's not. It might come across that way because I'm like, yeah, Eddie Alvarez, but I just want to see Philadelphia. I'd rather see Philadelphia. I'd rather see Eddie Alvarez win. And then, you know, I've been watching MMA for not 20 years, but like, man, how long has MMA been around? I've been watching since the very beginning, since the early 90s. I've been watching mixed martial arts. So, you know, for me to just be like, oh, Conor McGregor, you know, a lot of those people that you see screaming Conor McGregor with the Irish flag, they have not been watching mixed martial arts as long as me. I do acknowledge that Conor McGregor is a good fighter. I say that, and if I have him win the fight, I'll say that I think he's going to win, but I think he's going to lose this fight. But it's going to be exciting if he wins, and he can win. And this is just a good fight. It's just a really good fight. I hope nobody gets hurt. And you guys, please like my videos, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys later.